What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the video. So remember, we got a new movement, the positive comment movement. Comment a positive comment down below. I will do my best to heart everybody. Hit subscribe if you guys can. We are on the road, and let's make this my most sub day ever. If we can make that happen, I will just lose my mind. So let me explain what's going on. I put out a survey last night of what team I should go to. I used this website that seemed legit. Okay, it 100% seemed. It said it's free, everything was great. Sign up, Brett. Your life will be better. All you have to do is sign up. So I signed up. Everything was going immaculately. Just things were easy. I was breezing through the process. And then I get about 2,000 responses. And it cuts me off. It says you're only allowed to see out 100. So unfortunately, the first 100 responses are going to be the main ones that actually count for this video, which is a pretty good sample of what happened. I will be doing, I'll be open to hearing more suggestions about what you guys think I should do. What this video is going to be, I'm going to have some footage of certain teams. I'm going to have pictures. It's going to be more of like a cinematic, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to make my decision. So I'm going to be going through the top 5 teams on the list. And at the end, don't think necessarily if the team is 5 that I won't pick them. I can pick whichever one I want from the top 5. That's part of the reason that I didn't just take the #1 team, is because of the fact that I wanted to keep that, I felt bad. If I got 2,000 responses, I obviously would have taken the top team. But because I only got that, I took the top 5. Because chances are, if you were in the top 5 in that, you would have been in the top 5 for the whole sample. Let's go ahead and begin. Coming in at number 5, we have the Los Angeles Lakers. So when I saw this, I really wasn't surprised. Lonzo Ball is the biggest name out there this year. He is absolutely hype. And as I'm going, if you guys want that team, comment down below. 100%. So Lonzo Ball's on that team. Very exciting. Amazing storyline that comes with Lonzo Ball. Obviously, the Lakers, rebuilding the Lakers, so much young potential on that team. Very exciting. Also, the chance, me as a shooting guard, to go play next to Lonzo. He could set me up. He's going to become a future, all-star, in my opinion at least. So I know he's going to get better. So that's definitely a huge pro. The con to the Lakers is it's kind of Lonzo Ball's city right now. It's a little bit. I don't mean to say that, but there's a lot of attention on him. I've never been a massive Lakers fan. I can't say they were not my favorite team. And it's just it's not a rebuild, I wouldn't say, but it's not a completely polished product that I think that I could win with immediately. So that is my opinion on the Lakers. Let's move on to the next team. So coming in at number 4 is the Golden State Warriors. So this one actually low-key shocked me a little bit because I wasn't expecting Golden State. I really wasn't. There was a few teams that I was expecting to see, such as, I don't know. There was just, Golden State kind of threw me off, but people obviously love them. To go play with them, I was thinking about it. It's kind of an interesting role that I'd be taking. Obviously, pro to going to play for Golden State, you're going to the championship. If I join them and I start dropping 30 a game, there's no doubt in the world we don't go to the championship. It's kind of a given. The con, Klay Thompson's on that team, Durant's on that team, Curry. You kind of go from being the man on your team, where you're the main guy, to taking a little bit of a back seat and being the guy who gets less attention, and maybe I'd get less interviews, etc. So that is kind of the pros and cons. That one, obviously a big pro could be like Durant, go and get a title, but obviously I could be considered a huge snake too if I do it. There's definitely pros and cons to this decision. So now let's move on to number 3. Coming in at number 3 is another top tier team, and that is the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Cleveland has great, you're not going to get a better story, okay? LeBron James is on that team, getting up there in his career, obviously still a stud. I could go play next to LeBron James, create a Dwayne Wade, LeBron James type aspect where it's me and him against the world, trying to win 6 championships in a row and just become the absolute beast. There's certain options like that are so enticing, it's not even funny. It really entices me to go and use that team. But the problem is that LeBron James is on there. And it's the greatest thing about the Cavs, and the worst thing is I wouldn't be the main center of attention. It's LeBron's team. I'd be kind of a Kyrie Irving type thing. And LeBron and me play very similar. I'm kind of a guy who likes to drive to the rim, do a lot of stuff like that. So going and playing with another guy who does that same thing could definitely be a problem. I don't know. Definitely something I'm going to be considering is the Cavaliers, and you guys will see in a minute. Maybe it's the team. Maybe it's worth it to play with him, to take maybe a little bit lesser of a role. But let's go ahead and move on to the second team. So coming in at number 2, no surprise here whatsoever, we have the Toronto Raptors. So the Toronto Raptors, obviously me being Canadian, no doubt the Raptors were going to be on this list. I really didn't doubt it. You guys support me. I know most of you guys aren't Canadian, but you guys want me to do things that I like, which I think is really, really cool when I saw them. Pros to Toronto, obviously, Canada. I have a chance to go to my home country, have a chance to bring a title home to the Toronto Raptors, something that has never been done before, and be kind of a Canadian hero, start a dynasty. The biggest con, which is automatically out there, is I like to model my game off of DeMar DeRozan. I like hitting mid-range shots, I like dunking, I like outspeeding people. I don't know if speeding is a great word, to the rim. But if I go on Toronto, I'm behind DeMar DeRozan. He's a higher overall than me right now. He's like a 90. I'm an 89. Probably wouldn't start, would have reduced minutes. The Raptors seem great in theory, and there's a lot of great things about them. But whether or not the Raptors is the best choice, I really, really don't know. I think it's a good one. I just don't know if it is incredibly perfect, is what I'm trying to say. It's kind of an interesting situation, but you guys will find out soon enough. And coming in at number 1 is the most selected team is none other than the Denver Nuggets. So, the Denver Nuggets, what can I say, man? I love these guys. They're really, really awesome. I've kind of grown a little bit attached to this team throughout, and it's kind of an interesting thing that happens through video games is, I would say now, in the NBA, my second favorite team is the Nuggets. And before, I probably wouldn't have said a name, but just playing for a team in 2K, you kind of get this weird sense of attachment to them. And you like, being that it was my first team, the team that kind of brought me in. We lost in that, like, the finals against each other. We battled, me and Nikola, me and Millsap. Tons of positives with this team. Obviously, overwhelming positives. Shammy Wells is on there. All the characters come back. B comes back. You start to get cutscenes again, which I really, really did miss. So that is something. Negatives, it's going back to the same team. It loses a little bit of an excitement value for you guys, I think. I don't know if you guys are going to like that as much, seeing me go back to a team that I've already previously played for. I think that might be a little bit of something that you're not super interested in. But definitely a lot of pros to going to Denver. Obviously, main con, we lost last year. We seemed outmatched against the Warriors on Hall of Fame difficulty. We didn't have the point guards and shooting guards to be able, like, or at least point guards at least, to be able to match with people. And that was a main problem. So, I've went over the 5. It's time to jump on the game and show y'all, I don't want to say y'all, my final decision. Okay, so after a ton of consideration and after thinking through all of the different options, and it's kind of weird looking at this, you see the 100% Utah, Sacramento, Memphis, Phoenix Suns, New Orleans. These are the teams that are most interested in me. Nuggets kind of lost interest. And the Warriors aren't interested whatsoever. Neither are the Cavs. It's weird that the Nuggets lost interest. I don't know if they picked up someone to kind of replace me. Very, very weird. That's the thing. Hawks. Definitely in the future could be coming. Anyone that wants me, I got no problem with you. Because if you want me on your team, that's pretty much all I want, is for you to want me on your team. I want to go one last thing, though. Just want to make sure and look at these team kind of things to see stats and standings, player stats. If we go over to the Nuggets, I'm curious to see, first of all, how they're doing without me. If things are good without me, Millsap is killing it. Harris is killing it at the shooting guard. I think part of the reason they're not crazy interested is because of this guy. I think he's kind of taken over that position, obviously, and they have Shammy Wells as well, who's at that position, and why he might even be starting now, depending. So if you look at this team, their 3 top scorers are shooting guards. Now that thickens the plot a little bit, doesn't it? That really, really thickens the plot. The other teams that I considered, if we go look at the Cleveland Cavaliers and stuff, the other teams, you have LeBron, you have Kevin Love, Jay Crowder. Their team, their worst position on the Cavs is shooting guard. I could immediately step in there and probably be really, really helpful. If you go look at the Lakers, like, it's kind of weird to think, but I think they've lost a little bit of interest in me. Caldwell Pope is good. He's not amazing. I just want to make sure you guys see all these. And it is time to make the final decision. And you guys will see this in about an hour. I'm sorry, that was cruel. That was cruel. 1,500 likes for the next video. I promise I'm making it tonight. I just wanted it to be a whole video. The whole thing. I had to tease you guys a little bit. But in case you want to try and have some impact on the decision, comment down below right now. I might make a game time final decision. I don't actually, the video might be made before this video actually goes up, because it's going to be posted so quick after, because I know 1,500 likes is going to come like that, because you guys want to see this. I know you do. I love you all. Hit subscribe. Okay. I have a little bit of thinking to do.